Today we're installing the trunk protector for the original Model 3, so 2018 to 2024. In the box you'll get a soap solution. You just need to add water to get that ready to be a slip solution, double-sided squeegee, and then a fairly long piece of PPF, which is your trunk protector piece. I won't unroll it all the way here, but well, I will. This is what it looks like. There's a little center marker there which will help with installation, so I'll show you that on the car. Let's go. Here we are at our Model 3. First thing, and so we're protecting this area here, which is kind of the area that gets hit when you're loading stuff in and out of the trunk. So make sure the area is clean. So I'm just going to give this a quick, it's already been cleaned once, so you need to be more thorough than I'm about to be, but just give it a wipe over with some soap solution here. Yeah, that's plenty clean enough. And then what we're going to do is spray the soap solution everywhere. So first of all on the rear bumper, get your hands, fingers, and then the squeegee as well. Then we're going to grab the PPF. So we're using the Expel gloss version. This is the way it goes. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but once I peel it off you will. So my fingers are still wet, which is important because we don't want to use dry fingers on the back of PPF because it will affect the long-term adhesion. So I'm going to spray this as we go. It's quite a long piece. I'm doing this outside, which isn't ideal because PPF tends to blow around, and when it gets stuck to itself, you're pretty much done at that point. So this is not recommended, just doing this because for lighting and the dog's not interfering with the recording, it's just easier today. Okay, so now I'm going to place it roughly where it needs to go, which is there. So the key thing to look out for, there's a little tiny nubbin, I don't know if you can see that there, but that's your center marker. So we want to slide it over, and if it's not sliding, you don't have enough soap solution, so just add a bit more. But we're going to line this up with the strike latch, and then I'm just going to kind of move everything around a little bit so it's in about the right spot. We're not looking to tuck up completely underneath the weather stripping, but we want to make sure we're covering this edge. But the key alignment point you're looking for is this fold or crease in the bumper. So I'm just going to line up this bottom edge along here, like so. I'm going to just give it a little pull, just to put it into shape a little bit. That's perfect. Do make sure you're on the edge or slightly above. Don't go below, because if you have a little tiny bit below, eventually it'll just lift because you're turning over a radius without having anything underneath it to make contact. So want to be a little bit careful with that. All right, once we've done that, we're going to lock it in place a little bit. So I'm just going to take the soft-sided squeegee, oops, hold everything in place. There we go. Perfect. So go gentle at first, just to get the big bits of liquid out. Don't have a lot of words today. Okay, so now we'll be a little bit firmer, just to release some more of the trapped liquid. We're not done though, not by any means. Okay, so that shouldn't move around too much, but it will still slide if you need it to. So then we're going to look up here, and we're just going to really just use fingertips at first, just to tuck it into that space, kind of that crease just there. See, it goes really nice. As I mentioned, I'm installing this outside, so it's fairly warm, which means that everything is fairly tacky, which is great. But if you're installing it in the colder conditions, then you may have to be a bit more diligent just with releasing a lot of the fluid up here before it'll actually stick down like it is here. But because it's so warm right now, it's about 28 or 82 Fahrenheit, you know, everything's evaporating pretty quickly. So you just want to keep working along this crease. This will be the most resistant part, I suppose, to the installation. It'll always fight you until you've got the slip solution pretty much out. So this takes a bit of work, but it's certainly not difficult. In terms of skill level, for PPF installation, this one's very easy. I mean, you really don't need any experience. As I say on all of my kits, these are designed for DIY install. So if you intend on getting a shop to do it, let them use their own PPF and kit, because they're not always used to using pre-cut kits. So they may have issues installing it, whereas for a DIYer, they're very easy to install. All right, I'm gonna give this a wipe down. Let's give another little spray. So you want to be confident that you've got all of the trapped liquid and air out of this piece here. So this is obviously a grey Model 3, so I can still see a few bits and pieces. If you have a white one, it's a little more difficult to see, but just be really diligent about getting it out, because it should be completely smooth when you're done and when it's dried off. And if it's not, it's because there's still moisture trapped under here. Same on this top edge here. Really need to work this out because it doesn't have a lot of places to go other than to the end. Let's get this tacked back down again. There we go. There we go. You can see this end piece is putting up a little bit of a fight. Let's get that to lay down properly. There we go. And there you go. So now this area is completely protected from any dings or dents, and of course it's PPF, so if you do get a little scratch on here, it's self-healing, and it shouldn't be a problem at all. Thanks for watching.